So, without further ado, please, huge, fill up the entire place, round of sound, please. Marc Marcel.
Thank you. Providence, how y'all doing? Yes. It does not have to be like hard sex, where you're like, come closer to me, I do not stink. It's okay. Y'all good? What's up? Man, I do not know where to begin.
At the beginning.
At the beginning. I tell them this is my country too. From sea to shining sea, I pledge allegiance to a trail of blood where men were once kings. And write poems for the type of people that would die for the kind of leaders that in turn wouldn't even take a bullet for their own believers. And this is my country too. Where the spirits of natives haunt us with vaccines. And all men get elected president just to hike up the price of gasoline. And politicians bail out companies like Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, but won't provide you the income to get your own house back. Right. So pardon me, I tell my teachers, maybe we got more in common than you may think. Because your heroes have participated in Boston Tea Parties were nothing more than freedom fighters, some men called terrorists. And sometimes you lose patience. Only takes one man to move a nation, like Nat Turner, buckled down in chains, just hours before the Southampton slave massacres, in the cotton fields, smirking at the house masters, and thinking to himself, they have no idea what's about to happen. Midnight's the best time to catch them relaxing. Grab your gun, it's time to run, kick down the door, and separate the women and children, and put the barrel in his mouth, and watch him mumble, go back to Africa, just before you let the clip out. But just before his family hears the sounds, you make sure you tell him, but this is my country now. And sometimes you lose patience. Only takes one man to rebuild, or one woman to rebuild her nation. So I follow the slang of runaways or underground pathways. When you hear the dogs, keep going. When you get to the north, you make sure you tell them, just like the soldiers perform, whether they forgot them in Vietnam or Iraq, whether they're a patriot or they walk around with the rag of a burned American flag. This is my country too. Whether we're in Los Angeles or Memphis, Tennessee, we'll burn this bitch down for our kings. Walk up in the Sacramento State Senate like Black Panthers with artillery, with the same type of passion as a governor from Arkansas who once believed in segregation so hard, he would call the state's National Guards. Just like Klansmen that burn crosses and burn them on our yards, this is my country too. Just like black men that hung from trees like fruit, with seeds that would sprout and blossom and grow up, just so they could hang there too. To the lies my teachers told me in school. Right. To the people who are so quick to pat themselves on the back for this country electing a black president, just so they can say racism doesn't exist. I tell them, oh yeah, well take a look at the hate mail I still get. They still call me a nigger every chance they get. Still talk about hanging me from tree limbs. Still tell me to go back to Africa, even though it's a place I've never been. So I tell them, I may not be your American. I may not look like your hero or your role model. But just like the face on the dollar bill you praise, it only takes one man to move a nation. So I tell them like natives. I tell them like American-born slaves. There's a trail you can trace all the way from the White House to the railroads in the South. And it's buried deep, thick at the roots. The blood of men who died. For me to be able to say that this is my country too.